Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this review we're going to take a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Direct Superman by Jim Lee statue. First of all, a huge thanks to the fine folks at McFarlane Toys for sending me this for review. So this is a PVC statue from McFarlane Toys via the DC Direct branding. It's also a part of McFarlane Toys digital program, so you do get a redemption key or code for a digital version of the statue. If you're on the fence about digital, if you want to know more about digital, head over to Brad, the DC Universe's Geeks YouTube channel. There's a great interview that Rob D Toys and I did with one of the amazing digital sculptors at McFarlane Toys, just taking you through the whole digital landscape, how it works, why it matters, how you can make money off it. Again, not trying to sway you either way, but if you are interested in learning more about digital, definitely take a look at that interview. I'll put a link in the description below. But just it's a great informative interview. But there is a digital code with each one of these statues. I personally do recommend redeeming it. There's no cost to you. It comes with the statue. Go ahead and redeem it. I've seen people flipping these digital statues via the digital marketplace. It's a very interesting landscape. Full disclosure, I am not that into digital yet. I do redeem all the codes that I get, but I can't say I'm a digital collector, but I do, if I get a digital code, I do redeem it just because, hey, why not? It came with the statue. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents on digital. Again, I'll put a link to the interview that we did in the description below. Back to the statue though. So this is based on the Jim Lee For Tomorrow iconic cover. You see the card in the background there. You also see the artwork on the back. And I love these PVC statues. I think they're really nice. They're plastic, but they look awesome on the shelf. I prefer these more than even like regular porcelain type statues because they don't break. They're sturdy. Because I am very clumsy and I've broken many a statue, so I do love these PVC statues. But anyways, let's get this guy out of the box and take a closer look. Alright, so here's the statue outside of the packaging. So first, it does come with the digital redemption code, as I talked about earlier. Then it comes with the trading card, lovely Jim Lee iconic artwork, of course. There's the back of the card. And then here is the statue. So the statue does come with a base, which you can see that it's on. I do want to point out something about this base. So the figure, as you can see, it's got 2 notches, right? And there's two holes on the back of the bottom of the base. One in the statue, one in the foot. For the life of me, this one in the foot I've had a hard time getting into the peg on the base, so it wasn't even sitting in there. So I'm gonna have to fiddle with that later. But just be careful, because as you can kind of see, these pegs can kind of go right through, and I think it might be easy to crack, because I've done that before on these bases. So just be a little bit careful when you're plugging the figure into the base. I just want to make you aware that it can crack pretty easily, so just be careful when you put the figure in the base. There's the base, and then there is the figure. So it does come attached to the statue. I'm sorry, the eagle head here. I haven't tried prying it off. I'm sure you could if you wanted to, but there you go. So let's take a look at the figure. So it's definitely trying to recreate that iconic Jim Lee artwork, and I think for the most part it does a good job of it. For one thing, you can actually, the cape is wired, so you can go ahead and recreate that iconic pose you see on the card any way you would like to, as you can see. Excuse me, guys. Getting over a little cold, so apologies there. The only thing I think for me that's throwing it off is the face sculpt. I think he should be smiling a little bit more. In the trading card artwork, you can kind of see it. He has more of a smile, but it's pretty close. I mean, actually, now that I look at it, it's pretty good. But I think that's the only thing for me is he should have a little bit more of a smile, less of an intense look. But other than that, I dig this statue. Classic Superman, red and blue colors look great. Love the cape. The cape especially, just the color they used on the cape. That is a wired cape, so you can go ahead and make whatever poses you like with it. It's fantastic. Love the way it sits on the eagle. I do wish this foot here was a little bit more flush to the ground. I know it's meant to stick into the peg, but I think, I wish it was more flush. But like when you pose it like this way, for example, it looks great. Yeah, I think it's definitely a fantastic looking statue. I think if they released the Batman version of this and the Wonder Woman version of this, you could have really three iconic looking statues together. The S is pretty good. It's missing the yellow at the top right, but not a deal breaker for me. I love that it's a raised S, even though it's not accurate to the comic because Jim Lee's Superman did not have a raised S. It was all part of the costume, but I think it works for the statue, gives it an extra bit of dimension. It's taking Jim Lee's artwork and translating it to plastic, and I think in that regard, they do a pretty great job of it. But there it is. There he is, the statue. Not much more you can really talk about this, since it doesn't move around or anything. But you know what? I'm going to plug it back into the base, just so you can kind of take another look at how it looks with the base. Okay, so there it is on the base, and actually I got the foot in pretty nicely on this go around. Still raised a little bit, but I think what helped was having it on this flat surface and then putting the foot through the peg. That provided some stability on the base, and I was able to plug it in successfully. So definitely try that method. I think that's probably a better way to go. But yeah, I just wish my foot wasn't slightly raised like you see here. But again, not the hugest deal in the world, but just something I noticed there. But there you go. There is a look at the statue. As far as how big this is, here is the Action Comics 1000 Superman. That's a 7-inch figure. So this is, I think these are supposed to be 12-inch, but I think it's more like 10-inch scale, I would say. You know what? Hold on one sec. I'm going to go and actually get a measuring tape and give you an accurate measurement of this statue. Give me one sec. All right, here's the good old measuring tape. So yeah, it's about 10 inches high, like maybe 10, 11 inches high actually. From, let's try to measure this record. Yeah, like 10 and a half basically. So I guess they're not 12-inch scale. I was wrong about that, shockingly. But there you go. There gives you an idea of the height there. So good size statue, not too big, not too small. I think it's going to look great on your shelf with your rest of your Superman or DC statues. Again, there's a Batman version of this. There's a Wonder Woman version of this as far as Jim Lee's artwork goes. So I would love if McFarlane released all of those because that would be awesome. But yeah, there he is. Final thoughts. I love the statue. Definitely going up on the shelf wherever I can make space for it. And there you go. I'll do a follow-up reel, or sorry, not reel, or yeah, maybe a reel on Instagram, or I'll do a YouTube short comparing him to some other statues. But let me know what other questions you guys have. Are you picking up these statues? Are you guys a fan of PVC statues? Look how great that statue looks in the cape blowing in the wind there. It looks so rad. But yeah, there he is. There's a look at the Superman Jim Lee PVC statue. This is still available for pre-order at I think most retailers. I saw it up on the McFarlane Toys site, so it's still available there. So yeah, definitely pick it up if you're interested. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.